Hello everybody, this is Al Stash and we are out here at Quadracycle Park for Park in the Park on Sunday Night Car Show. This is our second special for this type of event here in Villa Park, and this is our third week doing this, and again we have at least 25 cars here, so we're happy with that. We'd love to see more. Yeah, we can accommodate 110 cars, but we're just getting started. Other events are closing down for the year. We're going to be here and we're going to stay here through September. Now next week, even though I said we're going to stay here through September, next week is Oktoberfest. So Saturday and Sunday, this area is going to be needed for parking for that event. And we will not have a car show on September 7th. We will have a car show on September 14th, September 21st, and September 28th. So please come on out here. It's free. We don't judge cars. You can come out here and sit with your lawn chair in the shade under the beautiful trees and watch the sunset, and also take a look at all these beautiful cars. And that's what we're going to do right now. Take a look at all these beautiful cars that have come out to the Sunday Night Car Show Park in the Park. got here a pedal bike, right?
Well, actually, we affectionately refer to it as a pedal car.
Pedal car.
But officially, it's a quadracycle. It means a four-wheel bicycle. People always say, I like your bike. Well, a bike has two wheels, a tricycle has three, a quadracycle has four.
And this is also a plumber's dream.
Yes, this is all made out of PVC pipe with some reinforcement in strategic places, but PVC and aluminum bar stock and miscellaneous bicycle parts, tractor seats, and other fodder.
Other fodder, huh? Okay. Now, the design obviously has some engineering aspects to it. Where did you get the design?
Actually, there are pedal cars, quadracycles that are made commercially and sold at retail through bicycle shops, and they range between $3,500 and $5,500. I thought that was a little bit expensive for a toy, so we looked on the web and found various people who had tried this in the past, and through liberation and acquisition, I got ideas and designs and came up with my own, and from there started to put it together. It's basically a big tinker toy. As you can see, one of the nice things about PVC, until you glue it, you can disassemble it and put it back together until you get it to fit just right.
And for homeowners like me, even after you glue it, you can disassemble it, right?
Well, if you use some surgery, you can do that, yes.
Let's start at the front.
Sure.
Walk me through the whole design here that you can tell me about.
The front is two 16-inch bicycle wheels.
Okay, the bicycle
wheels. They're chrome steel wheels, just like you would buy for a kid's bike, or if those people who know Schwinn crate muscle bikes from the 60s, those were the front wheel sizes that they used on the Schwinn crate bikes. The steering is very simply almost like a go-kart that you would build as a kid, down to some connecting rods and then into the bent aluminum pieces and then through spindles on each end. There's no suspension, so the ride is a little stiff, but because the PVC is flexible, even though it's glued together, it rides like the lunar rover did in the 70s. It flexes over bumps, but it doesn't snap.
And you don't have an axle. You really don't have an axle all the way across.
No, there is no axle. It's the wheels are pinned to the front, and then there's a, aka George Barris, connecting rod here that stabilizes the wheels from popping open.
Okay, so you don't do the
so you don't clown the wheels out. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And what's this device that you have? You have a headlight.
Yeah, we actually
have
a couple headlights. It's a AM/FM radio, a headlight, and a horn. And what's nice about it is when we're out pedaling, we can ride together and listen to the radio. It's a bicycle piece. You would put it on a 10-speed racer on the ram horn handlebars. We just customize the bracket.
Now you've got a PVC steering wheel.
Yes, it is a steering wheel. We felt the car needed a steering wheel, not just a tiller or a bar. So it's rectangular because PVC is forgiving at 90 degrees.
Yes. And
we needed gripping surface. So this is shrink tubing, thick wall shrink tubing that we put on there. And my handbrakes for front and rear for both rear wheels are here. And a it was originally an indexing 6-speed shifter. Now this is a friction shifter because I find it's more forgiving. You don't have to click and readjust.
Okay.
Because we can get pretty spirited. We usually cruise at 9 miles an hour, which doesn't seem that fast, but on a bicycle or a quadracycle.
Does it push your ears back?
And we've actually been up to 17 miles an hour, which is almost too fast in a vehicle like that.
I'd say so.
But because we do get spirited in turns, my passenger needed somewhere to sit, so we made some handles so she can hold on. My wife Sharon doesn't get lost along the way.
Okay.
And because she's 5'4" and I'm 6'2", we had to have the seats be adjustable because the shared pedals, it's a tandem pedal unit, there's no free rides on this vehicle, those can't be adjusted. So the seats are indexed so they can go back in several positions.
Because otherwise, you sitting with Sharon, you'd have your knees in your chin, or she wouldn't reach the pedals.
Or she wouldn't reach the pedals, and she would get the free ride.
Okay.
I have a little gauge cluster, which was an aftermarket automotive thing, pretty much a compass and a clock, because we felt it needed a gauge.
You don't want to get lost or be late.
We don't want to do that,
okay.
Yes, indeed. And then we also have a speedometer in front that will track our miles per hour. It's in sleep mode now. But we wanted something with a big readout, not the kind that they use on racer bikes. And it takes the feed on a magnet off the rear wheel.
I see it down there.
Now the transmission is a 6-speed racer bike transmission. It's simply a 6-speed cluster with a 36-tooth sprocket. If I had one design change I'd make, I probably would go with a 46 or a 52-inch front sprocket. It takes off really nice, it pedals easily, but it gets to the top end kind of quick. So
So essentially you would be getting a lower gear.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we have over 600 miles on the vehicle. It took us about 6.5 months to build, from Mother's Day in 2006 to about Labor Day in 2006.
Okay, okay.
And
total investment?
Total investment under $500.
Wow.
Yeah, and it weighs 80 pounds without me in it.
Okay.
So when we lift it out of the garage, my wife takes the front end and I lift the rear, and we can pull it out of the garage because we keep it stored in front of the cars.
Sure, sure. Now you've got a storage area in the back, and you've got a reflector?
Yeah, the storage area is actually pond liner. If you build a lily pond in your backyard,
sure.
I wanted something that wouldn't be a sail to catch wind or induce drag on it, so it's a liner. And if it rains, if we get stuck in a cloud burst, it'll actually let water through it. We brought our little folding chairs today. We normally have a tool box in the back. We brought picnic lunches, and it'll hold a couple of gym bags for an overnight. The seats are new old stock lawn tractor seats. We ordered them from our favorite supply house. I'm sure everybody knows which ones I could be talking about.
Okay.
I actually had to order 6 to get 2 that were branded the same, because even though they tell you they're non-branded, I had Sears, I had several different manufacturers, and finally I ended up with 2 that matched. And then as part of the seating mechanism, that's actually a plywood plank, milled, routed, and drilled to take the seat carriages back and forth. I screwed in threaded rods, so there's wing nuts underneath that plank to adjust the seat position so those seats can be moved forward and back. So if Sharon wants to take her to the grocery store, she can pop the seat forward.
Yeah. Stability, nice and solid, right?
Nice and solid. Never flipped over, no problems. Bright yellow obviously works pretty well. I have to do a shout out to the Krylon people. They invented Krylon Fusion paint, and it was out on the market the first year we made the vehicle. This is painted with Krylon Fusion paint, 4 cans, hand sprayed, and I'm very impressed with how it lasts.
Yeah, I don't see any,
there's no
very few
significant
spots.
marks, and most of them are friction marks from either cables or things like that. The other thing we got lucky on, the cable ties we found matched the paint exactly. So,
that's good.
So it hides
they blend.
Yeah.
They blend.
And then the headlights in front are typical bicycle units. Everybody thinks I had them powder coated black, but the year we built this, they actually ordered black. They actually offered black headlights.
Nice. And are they battery operated?
They are battery operated, and they have 2 beams, high and low, and you can get both going at the same time. So
beautiful, beautiful. Well, in the era of green, environment savvy items, you found the real cat's meow here. I mean, you can't get any more green than that.
Well, thank you. As an architect, I should be encouraged to provide sustainability in my projects, but I just like fun when I'm doing my own projects, and that's what this was all about. Yeah, yeah. Well, thanks for bringing it up here to the car show. We hope you come back again and again. We know you have a 1923 that you've had here a couple of weeks, but this is a beautiful addition. We thank you so much for bringing it out and telling us all about it. Thank you, Al. Our pleasure. All right. See you soon.
Boy, that's what I need at my age.
I'm here with a good friend of ours. Many of you that go to any events at the VFW here in town, or some of the car shows, like here, we've seen Larry, my friend, here a couple of times, and also at the VFW. This is Larry Soberalski, and Larry is going to talk to us about an event coming up September 11th at the VFW.
Exactly. We have a Wings and Wheels once a month. Typically, Wings is every Thursday night. Once a month, we have a car night.
And it's right in the parking lot with the
exactly.
VFW, right?
It's at the rear of the VFW. It's an informal get-together, much as we have here on Sunday evenings. There's no judging of cars. We offer wings, some of the best wings you've ever had. They're a buffalo wing, very meaty. There's also hot dogs for those folks that don't want to have fried food. And in addition, the post is open, so video gaming is also available should you so choose.
Now, one of the things that people don't realize is that the Wings night is every Thursday night,
Every Thursday night, exactly right.
Okay, and what time, what are the hours?
The hours are 5 to 7:30.
5 to 7:30, and you're capable of having people come in that may be wheelchair bound or ADA capable?
Absolutely, we're ADA capable. We have a ramp at the rear of the building, and then we also have an elevator on the first floor that will take you down to the lower level.
Okay. Now the lower level, as was most of the VFW, has been redone. It's pretty fancy, and that's where you have the gaming terminals, right?
That is correct, yes.
Okay. So people can go down there, then you have the full bar. You have seating for food?
We have seating for food. There's probably seating for 12.5 people in the bar area, not including the bar stools. There's probably another 8 or 10 bar stools as well.
Okay.
And then we also have a small dining room that'll accommodate about 70 people just behind the bar.
Right, and that's outside, just adjacent to the bar.
Exactly, it's adjacent to the bar.
That used to be the original bar room, right?
That is correct. It was the original bar room and a very small dining room.
Right.
So in the after the fire, we were able to reconfigure those two rooms, and we feel like we were able to get a much nicer dining room experience for folks, as opposed to the other one, which was more or less picnic bench seating.
Right, right. Now, Larry mentioned the fire, and for those of us that have been to the VFW frequently, whether it's the fish fries on Friday night or the Sunday brunch,
right,
or the wings night, you probably don't, if you're not familiar with Villa Park, you probably don't remember what happened, and that is on May 29th, 2 years ago now.
Correct.
There was a fire that started in the basement, and the entire building had to be redone. The banquet facility on the second floor, the kitchen area, the lower level that we just talked about where the wings event is. And if you go in there now, you can't tell. There's nothing there that will describe a fire in that building. It is beautiful. It's used frequently for banquets up on the first level, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Whether it's a wedding or a shower or whatever.
Could be any of those coming out parties. Sometimes we'll even have memorial services there.
Okay. Well, you have the official ones for the VFW, the Veterans Day and the Memorial
Right,
Day.
but I mean, if someone has a relative that passes and they're looking for a place to have
The
luncheon after the funeral,
Right.
Certainly please consider the VFW.
Right, and that's a great place to do it. Now, just for everybody to understand, the VFW is at 39 East St. Charles Road, which is just east of Ardmore on St. Charles Road in the VFW parking lot area. And they've got plenty of space on the outside for parking, and on the inside, plenty of space for visitors to come for this Wings and Wheels.
Absolutely. We're probably the best kept secret in Villa Park, and believe me, the food is outstanding. You can't go wrong. Whether you're there for the Friday night fish fry, the fish is fried in fresh oil every week. After the fish fry is over with, a day or two later, the fryers will be drained, scrubbed, and the oil is disposed of. It is not recycled, it's not filtered. Fresh oil is put in the fryers.
Great.
So that we always have positive comments about our food.
Okay, now let's talk again briefly about when it is again. September 11th.
September 11th, 5:30 to 8 p.m. weather permitting.
That's for the car show.
That is for the car show. The rain date would be September 18th. However, whether it's September 11th or the 18th, regardless of the car show, those nights the wings will be served.
That's a regular Thursday night.
That's a regular Thursday night wing night.
And I know people throughout town have been talking great things about wings, the meal that you have. So you can't go wrong. Wheels or car show and
exactly.
Great food at the VFW. That's win-win-win.
Exactly right. It's something we like to do for the village. Keep the post and the village working together.
Awesome. Larry, tell me about your service. You're a veteran?
I am. I was in the Naval Reserve, enlisted in 1967, went active in 68, served 19 months in the Philippines, and was honorably discharged.
And the Philippines would have been the Vietnam arena, right?
Exactly. We were a ship repair facility as well as resupply and repair.
Well, I'm just behind you. I graduated in 73, so I did not serve, so I have utmost respect for all those that did. I appreciate your service.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay. Remember, Wings Night, September 11th. Wings and Wheels, September 11th, so that's a Wings Night and car show, September 11th from 5:30 to 8 p.m. Weather permitting on the car show, but certainly the Wings is going to be that night, and the following makeup night is the 18th
exactly
for the car show. And the VFW Post 2801 right here in Villa Park, 39 East St. Charles Road. 10 for $10 for the wings.
Exactly.
And they're big ones, right?
And they're buffalo wings. I think these are 3 Mile Island wings.
Okay. They got a little expansion.
They're a good size wing, and so they're essentially $1 a piece. So if someone didn't want 10, they wanted 5, they could certainly accommodate them there as
You
well.
can adjust the
Exactly.
serving. And if you're picky, 10 different dipping sauces, so or 9 different dipping sauces. So even if you're picky, you'll find what you want.
You've got anything from very mild to 3 Mile Island.
Okay.
Nice and hot.
That's the ones I can't do. Larry,
Thank you. Al, thank you very much.
Thank you. And thanks for being at our car show.
Thank you.
Keep coming back.
Absolutely.
And I'll come and see you.
All right.
All right.
Look
Thanks,
forward
George.
to it.
Well, there you have it, folks. Another car show from Cortese Park. Park in the Park Sunday night car show here in Villa Park. And I got to tell you, I enjoyed seeing all these cars. Again, as we've talked about in the past, we keep seeing new cars, new vehicles. In fact, people who come the first and second week are now bringing different cars out here, different vehicles out here. And we saw the pedal car, a $500 device that is actually less than many bicycles that you can buy new. And we also saw information about the wings and wheels night at the VFW. So I hope all of you will go out on September 11th and participate in the wings night at Thursday night at the VFW, and also the car event, which will be right there at 39 East St. Charles Road, VFW Post 2801. I'm Al Stash. Thanks for joining us again, and come out here on September 14th for the next Sunday night car show here at Cortese Park, Park in the Park. Thanks for watching.